I saw those videos on YouTube and it was like in real life. I saw those videos on YouTube and it was like in real life. This is the way to do it.
Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Now let me just say that I actually did a reading for them, or about them rather, not too long ago. And it was very insightful. And it's interesting because I think someone was telling me that another reader was saying that I guess he's done with her because he hasn't been appearing at court with her or something like that. And in my reading, I was saying that he's actually done with her, but that he's still gonna like try to be seen with her, I guess, like to do the whole family thing, like for the moment, you know what I mean? To kind of just like, you know, still push that they're a family and that, you know, things are like not as bad and stuff. I got into it in the previous reading. Also, let me just make sure that I turned off like the Bluetooth to my phone and everything else because I don't want it to disconnect and connect to other things while I'm doing this. So give me 1 second. Yep. You see, I still had stuff on. My bad. I've been forgetting to do that lately. Also, let me just say as well, I would definitely recommend my Low Bosworth reading because I feel like it was good vibes. It was good energies. Not just that. I feel like it could help a lot of people, right? I feel like what she's going through is a very relatable thing and that it might help people. Like, you know, like, yeah. So let me just see. What's the energy going on? Like, what's happening with, like, this Blake Lively and this Ryan Reynolds? What can we see? You know, they were saying that appearance they made with their daughter, I believe, was a rare situation. All right, so they're still dealing with the tower. Okay, so you see how like in these readings the energies be coming out for me like so fluently and so smooth and shit. I think something like this happened in the recent reading I did for them. So they're still dealing with that tower. Also, let me just say that they're trying to hide it as well because it's like the card was upright, then it fell face down. So it's like what that's telling me is they're still trying to hide this tower, but at the same time, still being frustrated, still an energy of hostility. What else can we see? What else is going on with these people? All right, they're dealing with restrictions. The world represents Saturn. It could represent vast distances, right? But I'm getting restrictions. Not just that, it could be pertaining to this King of Pentacles. What else can we see with this King of Pentacles? Okay, I can choose from this deck. So yeah, what's going on with this King of Pentacles? All right, face down card sideways. Okay, his opportunities might not be so great, guys. You know, the genie represents opportunities. Not just that, the Nine of Cups can represent sort of just like satisfaction. This man, he's not very happy. Not just that, you see the crescent moon? You know, all those opportunities might be closing out for him. What else can we see regarding this King of Pentacles? What else? And some of my nails are really short, so like it's hard getting these cards. I just don't like long nails myself, so like yeah. So I know it's like probably not practical for doing tarot, but like yeah. Okay, guys. So I mean, this is so deep. This is so deep. Are you guys following? Because this is truly fascinating. It's telling me that death is coming for his wealth, for his opportunities. Not just that. I know this is like a hyena or some sort of like creature, right? Like a scavenger, like a vulture. It's telling me that the scavengers are coming as well to pick apart the bones. So I mean, these people, they have a lot of enemies, and before, you know, it was really focused on her, but now we're starting to see through the tarot and energies and all that, that sort of just like death is coming for the wealth. Not just that, the scavengers are coming for his bones. So, what else can we see with this restrictions? What is this restrictions pertaining to? I'm seeing blockages with how the card was like shuffling. All right, restrictions with, this is telling me some deep stuff, guys. Restrictions with money. You see that pentacle being all tied up? This white horse, very symbolic energies, right? Not just that, this guy is like looking in the sunset while the house is all torn down. So, I mean, very tough. Very tough. At the same time, though, this is interesting. He feels like his money can save him. All that money that he accumulated in the past can save him. Meanwhile, the house is torn down and not completed again. But he's almost deluded. This is a deluded man. He feels like his money's going to save him. He feels like he's going to be able to conquer because of this money. Still with this ego. I think the eagle is here, right? Which represents pride in your ego. And the eagle here, holding the money. He feels like, and sorry if my stomach's making noise. I don't know. This has been weird lately. But yeah, I was going to say, maybe it's a message. Like, if you guys seen my, the reading I did about Diddy and Justin Bieber and all that stuff, when I was seeing a particular energy about the disgust I was like, getting as far as like the abuse that Justin Bieber was getting, my stomach actually, like I was telling you guys, like I'm trying to hold back, me trying to like barf, me trying to throw up, right? Because I was really sick and disturbed by what I was seeing. And literally as soon as I said that, like if you guys hear like closely in the reading, like you could hear my stomach like about to actually throw up. Like I literally was gonna like had to fight back. So now I know like readers and people probably try to be like dramatic, like, oh guys, this is blah blah blah, because they know like it's gonna play on people. But if you literally hear that video when I'm saying I'm gonna throw up, you can actually hear my stomach about to throw up. And it wasn't like that hungry sound, like, or like it's making noises. No, like it literally was like you could hear me like trying to hold back and shit. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on here. It's a lot going on here. My intuition is telling me that, I don't know. I'm getting like strong gut feelings that this isn't going to end too well. This isn't going to end too well. This man's mental state, it's not right. It's not right. It's something disturbed. Even with my stomach, it's something very disturbed going on. What's happening with this Knight of Swords? What else can we see? I was getting hostility and shit. What else can we see with this hostility? The Hermit. What was I telling you? They're trying to hide things. Even his frustration. You guys know he's really pissed off with her, right? He's really upset. The Hermit can represent concealing things. I was telling you that this is hostility, right? He's concealing his hostility. He's really mad. He's really mad. Look, the King of Wands. He's mad about his money being low. The opportunities are starting to dry up now, and he's realizing it. The King of Wands can represent an attractive man. It can represent a popular man. One thing that or a man that's very vain. One thing that the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands have in common is that they don't really have to fight or struggle to obtain things, right? Because normally it represents things just coming to them, right? For whatever reason, either it's popularity, their attraction, whatever, right? It represents things coming to them. What I'm seeing here, and energy is telling me it's true, that things might have been like cool before, but why is he looking at all this drama here? He's looking at it because the money's starting to dry up with this Page of Pentacles. So, I mean, that's tough. What else can we see with this Tower? What else can we see? Sorry, I hate when like things like this happen. Sometimes I can't help it. Okay, so I'm going to take both of these cards. So the World again can represent vast distances, or it can represent sort of just like restrictions for people that don't know tarot, right? Just Google like what planet represents the world, and it's going to tell you Saturn. So what I'm seeing here is restrictions, trying to keep things afloat, trying to keep things balanced. But at the same time, the snake biting its tail can represent being trapped in a cycle that's not working. These people are trapped in a cycle that's not working. You know, this Knight of Cups. What is this Knight of Cups pertaining to, right? Let's just get the tarot vibe of what this Knight of Cups is relating to. What can we see? Because it's telling me something's going on with that, right? There might be cheating, guys. You see, that's why I wanted the card to come out. That's exactly why. Because I know that when I say things, for whatever reason, people be having an issue hearing what I be saying. I don't know why. I guess it's just like that. I have certain things going on in certain placements that make people, I don't know, feel a particular way. But I was getting that something's going on, right? Because it's kind of like the Knight of Cups can represent a love offer, new love. This guy is starting to be disrespectful, showing his ass. You see his little testicles there? Him sticking out his tongue? He might be disrespectful now, right? It's kind of just like before, he might have been cool, right? Being more respectful. When you see things like this, especially with men, right? When men's money is fucked up, when they're mad at their wives for whatever reason, you guys know. We've all seen it in our day-to-day lives, like real lives with people. Men start becoming disrespectful. They start cheating. They start showing their wives their ass and shit, their ass to kiss. Like, fuck you. So I'm seeing a man that's like showing this woman his ass to kiss. And it's just tough, you know, with this cheating and all this. I don't know, it's telling me controversies. It's controversies behind the scenes, controversies. How is she holding up? Because this was all his energy. It was interesting because the previous reading I did, one of the readings I did from, I don't know which one it was. I've been doing a lot of readings lately, right? That it was showing me that like the energies was just focused on her. This one is like really deep, like with him. Also, let me just say thank you to everyone that's been supporting the channel. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know, thank you for your kind words and words of encouragement. And I definitely appreciate it. Cool, guys. What else can we see? All right. Damn, this almost fell down the table. And it fell sideways. What's going on here? All right. So we have the Hermit again. So she's mirroring him with the Hermit. And you guys know what I say about sideways cards. It means things being shady, not being right. So that's what I'm seeing. The Devil. I don't know why I'm getting fights. I'm getting arguments. I'm getting something that's very poisonous, guys. Something that's not nice. Something that's not okay, right? I'm getting that she's very spiteful at this moment in time. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of arguments, a lot of pain. Him talking to her crazy. She's trying to be patient with the Temperance, but she's losing faith, right? When the Temperance come out in reverse or sideways, it represents you losing faith. It's kind of just like, why is all this happening? When is things going to clear up? When are things going to switch up? So she's asking herself that. She's like, I don't know. I know people hate her, but I'm a human being. So like, I'm not invested into these people. I'm going to be real. I'm just not. So, you know, like if I don't like someone, I can see like, you know, like me being like, oh, fuck the person. I'm just going to be real. I don't even know too much about what's going on with the case or, yeah, any of that. So, yeah, I'm not invested. So this is kind of sad in a way. I got to be real because I'm getting a strong energy of desperation, severe desperation. So I'm seeing someone that's in a low place, not just that, low energy, very low energy. And look at this. This is so sad. This animal looks like it's about to cry. You see how the energies be coming out, right? You see this shit, right? Low energy. She's sad. She feels like she's about to cry. She doesn't know what to do. It's telling me she's at odds. That's what's just being told to me. She's at odds. And she's in a desperate a desperate place. What can we see as far as them appearing with, I believe it was their daughter or one of their kids. Sorry guys, I wasn't like paying attention that much. What can we see about that? Let's see. What can we see? All right. Too many cards. It's trying to tell a whole story. Well, I take it. It's telling me I should have been. No, it's too many. It's too much conflict. These people, let me just tell you right off the bat, them coming out with their daughter, it's a whole story, guys. It's a whole thing behind that. You guys know when I be shuffling, the whole goddamn deck doesn't split in half and come out in reverse or sideways, I should say, and all. Like, it doesn't tend to do that with me. Like, it just doesn't happen with me. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of problems. Let me get this first card, and it's telling me it's true. Is this the daughter, the kid? You know, it's sad. It's like, is she being used for sick purposes by serpents? You know what I mean? Are they rolling her out for a reason? Because it's like, you know, how much is the kid really aware of what's going on? What's going on with this exploitation? Even this scene is a disturbing scene. This is fucking exploitation. Even how the dragon is looking at the kid. So I'm seeing exploitation. Now, when the pile is so much, what I like to do is pull from the top of the deck, or the top of the pile and the bottom of the pile. And we're going to continue, right? Let's look further. What else is going on here? The Eight of Wands. The kid doesn't even want to be involved, right? Whether it be a boy or a girl. I believe it was a girl from what I seen. Because I just seen a headline, like on E! News or something, like, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds appear with their daughter, I think, in Broadway or something like that. And I was like, ooh, this would be good, right, to do a reading on and shit. So it's kind of just like, look at this shit with the Eight of Wands. The kid, I don't know, it's telling me the kid just wants to get away. You know, they're putting this kid involved, like rolling out this kid's image. I don't even know if they even showed the kid, but it's just like, I don't know, severe exploitation. It has to do with their stability. They want stability. You know, stability is a big deal for these people. It's almost just like, you know, usually when you see this, right? This is deep. This particular pyramid and stuff. This particular type especially can represent higher spiritual forces. Not just that. One of the main things it's known for is human sacrifices, right? So they're sacrificing their kid. And again, the card came out sideways. They're sacrificing their kid for this stability, right? They're throwing their kid in the fray. And it's telling me the kid just wants to leave. This Eight of Wands, the kid doesn't even want to deal with it. The kid wished that the kid could just run away, because the kid's being exposed to all this fighting, arguments, negativity, conversations, debates, and no kids should, you know, have to deal with that. So very sad again. What else can we see? Look, strategist. See with the chessboard? I know this is the magician, but what is the magician? The magician's deep, right? The magician can represent an opportunist. That's why the magician tends to have all the elements on the table, usually, in a traditional deck. Because it's kind of just like using what you have to try to create, to try to alchemize, to try to create something for yourself, right? It can also, again, represent an opportunist. But what I'm seeing here is playing chess, using their kid, because I asked about this kid, right? Using this kid to play chess. What else can we see with this? Because it's just disturbing. All right. It's going to come up next. It's going to be deep, it's telling me. What else is going on with them exploiting this kid? It's just bad energy. I was telling me pull this. I went back into the deck. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of weird things going on with this Blake Lively. Let me just say that. A lot of weird things. This lady, how much is she a sick opportunist? right? My apology for the neighbors slamming the doors. Always explain what happened, like why they do that. Like in my what reading I did recently, Tiger Woods reading. So it's kind of just like, yeah, if you want to know why, watch that reading, right? But yeah, it's kind of just like, I don't know, this Blake Lively, she's an unwell woman, but at the same time she tries to offer up love like she's pure, right? Kind of just like, oh, look at me, guys, see me, I'm gentle, I'm nurturing, I'm a mother. I'm gonna actually ask directly, does she love her kids? But let's pull the rest of the cards. What is she trying to pull to her? You know what I mean? Is she trying to draw on people's heartstrings? Because that's what I got as soon as I seen this. Is she trying to present a happy front to pull on people's heartstrings? Because this actual particular dragon represent pulling on things, right? It could represent, again, another opportunist, right? Because the cups has to do with what you desire. This particular dragon is like, look, I could give you what you desire, blah, blah, blah. You know, what's going on with her? What's going on with her energy? I don't know, something disturbed going on with this. Even with him, it's something unnatural. Let me just say that much, all right? So let me get this sideways card. Again, what's going on with these people? Oh no, guys, there's something sick going on. Let me just say that. I know what I'm seeing, but I don't even want to get into it because it's just too much for me. You know, and it's not because like, oh, I'm scared to say anything. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just that even the energy is telling me it's true. That sometimes this can take a toll on me. It's too much. Like the emotional energy, the things that I be seeing, the abuse that I be seeing. Sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes it's just too much for me. And it's only so much I can handle because, you know, I'm a person at the end of the day, right? This is very dysfunctional energies and very disturbed. Again, are they trying to use their kid or kids for success? The Six of Wands represents achieving a goal, success, conquering. You know, this is deep. It's deep. More strategy here with this Nine of Cups. This particular card representing coming to a strategist, coming to a guru, coming to an evolved person that can help you out with your life. But we know in this case, you know, it could be kind of deep. Let me see, does this, I'm going to ask for both of them. Does this Blake Lively, does she love her daughter she came up with, her kids and all that? What can we see? Is it just all bad? Okay, the Ten of Swords. Okay, it's the Black Dragon. You know, they say that, and I'm black, so I don't know why they always want to associate black with like bad things. That I know why. It's the current epoch that we're in like human existence, right? Because things are kind of in reverse. So before, like black would just be seen as purity, as like prosperity, as wealth, as knowledge, as power, everything that's like good, right? Now it's kind of just like, you know, because the epoch we're currently in, and, you know, black people are kind of like in their fall. I need to say that, right? Everyone feels like their society or their people is going to go on into infinity, right? But we go up and down, right? Humans go up and down. So it's just like there was a time when, you know, melanated black people were elevated, right? It just is what it is. I know people don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. They were like the kings and queens and shit, right? And it's kind of just like, you know, the Euro people, you know, some say, I shouldn't even say it because I'm going to offend a lot of people. I ain't trying to offend no clients, so I don't even go there. But it's kind of just like, it's deep because it's kind of just like, you know, they made black into something bad, right? It's true. They made black into something bad, right? And, you know, again, things is switch up. So what was considered like good before is bad, and what's bad is now good. You guys follow what I'm trying to say here, right? Because I know that people get offended when I say certain things, even though I'm not really saying anything crazy, because people are, I don't know, they're just really in their feelings and shit. And it's kind of just like, yeah. So let me just say, I say that for what it's worth, because I'm going to get into the negative connotation, right? Of what they say about the Black Dragon in particular, right? The Black Dragon is one of the most furious dragons of all the dragons, right? They say that the black dragon's the most dangerous. So I asked, does this lady love her daughter, her kids, whatever? We got the 10 of Swords and we got the black dragon. That's the first one that came out. Now let's see what else is going to happen. Why is it a struggle? Why is it a fight? Is she like one of those moms that's like forcing her kid to do something? I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Why do the kids want to leave with this 8 of Cups? The 8 of Cups represents trying to leave, trying to escape, wanting to walk away, or walking away. What's going on? And you remember how I was saying that, you know, the connotation of the black dragon being vicious, being bad, right? Why is she attacking her children? Again, I know this isn't a dragon, but, you know, the black whole thing, what I was saying. So this is deep, right? The black dragon came out, then we have this thing. Why is she harassing her kids, forcing her weak kids to do things that they don't want to do, right? So that's what I was saying. I was getting some sort of weird abuse, right? Because when people can exploit their kids like this, you know, it's some real narcissistic shit. Think about it, though. That's really sick to be like, our position's really low right now. Our position's bad. So let's like roll out our daughter and let's be seen and all of that, you know, to like push a particular image. That's really sick. You know, usually you want to protect what you love, right? I don't know if you guys notice, if I don't talk about something in my life, because a lot goes on in my life that people don't even know. Like, yeah, I'm a chatterbox, so I talk about everything under the sun, right? Real shit. Especially if you watch my readings. But have you noticed I don't mention particular things? It's just because if I love something greatly, I won't mention it because it's no one's business and I just want to protect it. That's just me personally. So you won't never hear about things I really love. Like, yeah, I could talk about tarot decks I love and art and stuff like that. That's different. But when we talk about like individuals, if I love them, it's like they don't exist. What's also fascinating is if I really hate someone, right? If I truly hate someone, I'm not going to talk about them either. It's like they don't exist too. Isn't that fascinating? So it kind of goes both ways too. I don't talk about the actual enemies I truly hate with a passion. And I don't talk about, the ones I love like immensely more than myself. Because that's just my nature. Now I say all that to say, when you love someone, how are you going to roll out your babies and kind of, you know, tie them into this shit? You have to be a sick, dark person. I laugh because the whole dark thing. But look, I explained it, right? Because I don't got no complex about that shit. You know, it is what it is. But what else can we see? Okay, what else can we see? All right. Again, the Wheel of Fortune. Are they just trying to turn, or I know that he's in on it too, but are they just trying to turn the wheel? Right? Someone just sneezed like a cheetah or a jaguar. I don't know if you heard it. It's outside. All the windows are closed. That shows you how like thin the walls be and thin the glass can be, right? Even though they put in like thick glass not too long ago, like they actually took all the windows out, like of all the units, and like replaced it with like, I don't know, this thick glass and shit. Like even when, you know, that like great fire happened recently, like a year ago, I think it was, or I think it was a year ago, right? It was all that smoke and everyone's house burnt down and it was so bad. When I was indoors, I didn't even know that it was happening because I didn't smell anything. I was like, damn, okay. And then when I went out to throw the trash, the garbage, that shit, it was burning my nostrils. And then I even seen the pool had just ash all on like the floor of the pool, whatever you want to call it. Like it was bad. Like, but it was funny because these new windows, it does something. Like I think it's supposed to reduce UV light and it's supposed to reduce pollution that enter into your unit. So like that's cool. But again, oh damn, this is sad. More energies are being trapped, guys. So, you know what's so funny? When I was talking, like I don't even sometimes be looking at the cards. I just be zoning out and just like talking. That's my ADHD. My bad. But look at this. The 8 of Swords representing trap, fear, sadness, trauma. Oh, guys, this is full of trauma and abuse. Oh my God. Look at this, guys. I forgot what reading was. Oh, it was for the Tiger Woods reading. So you guys know I'm not like making shit up. When the this particular nine of pentacles come up, it represents sacrifice, right? When you see a cross, it represents sacrifice. Why is she and the energy is telling me it's true. Why is she It could be good sacrifice or it could be bad sacrifice, right? It could be like a devotional sacrifice. But we know what this is for her. Why is she sacrificing her babies? And look, I was just talking about a Cali fire. That's funny, there's a fire. But no, why is she sacrificing her babies and shit? You know? What, like for the Ten of Pentacles? But this isn't even a family scene. This is a selfish person. This is one dragon here. This ain't about family. So let me see. Does this man now, and I'm going to leave it here. This is going to be my last question. Does he love his children? His daughter, his children? I don't know, guys. It's something for show about this. This is about shit being for show. It just is what it is. You know, the Six of Cups can represent good memories. It can represent fond memories. It can represent children, right? But, and look, this is like something they went to for show. You see how this guy's pointing and shit? What is going on for show? What is going on for show? And energy is telling me it's true. Like, what's going on with this for show energy? Why is this karmic, right? And when we speak of love, right, and this is the position of his heart, why is it a small love offer, right? What's the final card going to be? And I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck and top of the deck. So let's see. The Seven of Cups. There's something going on with an illusion, guys. Is he trying to paint a picture? Now, his isn't severe as hers. Let me just say that, right? Let me pull from bottom of the deck and top of the deck. But before I get to that, his isn't as bad as hers, right? Do they have, and energy is just telling me it's true. Does he have a better relationship with his kids than she does? Yes. Most definitely. But at the same time, what's going on? That's karmic. With this justice, right? And why in his heart space is the love offer so small, right? And it's kind of just like, what's going on with these, this illusions? I don't know, it's just telling me that he uses his daughter or his kid or kids, and I don't follow him, so I don't know how many kids he has or what. But it's telling me he uses it almost as part of the picture. Part of his identity, that he's like a father, that he makes money off of it somehow. Okay, guys, so there's things going on. There's things going on. If you guys been following my readings, right? You know, because some people, they just tune in for just like a particular celebrity. So, you know, they don't follow me. So they don't. And hey, that it is what it is. I ain't saying it's bad. The reason why I'm pointing that out is because what do I say about this particular card? That this is an occult card, right? I always say that this card represent what? A fly. What are flies attracted to? Feces, shit, right? So it's telling me it's some shit going on with him being a father. And it's something that's sick. It's something that's sick. It's something that's sick. That's all I can say. It's something that's sick. Again, I don't even want to get into it because this energy is so draining, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want my stomach to start making noises again, and because it's like trying to tell me messages, and it's just like, you know, this is draining, you know, because when people have so much trauma, it can be very draining. I'm seeing trauma here, right? I'm seeing trauma. Guys, use your minds. What do you think is going on with this? You know, what type of shit do you think this guy is attracting that's bad, right? And why is it causing sort of just like the kid or the kids to be scarred? You know, again, with this Eight of Swords energy, why do they feel trapped? Why do they feel like they're in a desperate state? All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading. Peace and abundance, and take care.